Okay, we're back with the red curtain. It's really bright, and it's a real summery day in Southern California. It's almost like November. If you have a question, I'm going to be here at least for 5 minutes. If you, so the year's kind of winding down. I'm taking classes. I finished the Gilbert Mulligan Stew thing. I'm getting more organized, but saw a couple movies, but I have been buying books. I've been going to events. Let me just finish up with the Sorrentino. So, if you didn't watch the other video, watch my Mulligan Stews is a great book. Watch the video and read Mulligan Stews. Sorrentino's one of his most challenging book. Because I read that, I read this review of contemporary fiction. Chad W. Post turned me on to that, so I got that. And Flawless Play Restored is part of the book. It's a play within the book, but it's also Black Sparrow Press came out with it before it came out. And Splendid Hotel is always, if you don't want to read Mulligan Stew, you can always read Splendid Hotel, which is a short book. New Directions put it out. Doki Archive put out another version. And this is kind of a miniature form. I don't know how it works. I mean, I never really asked Sorrentino like why he came to write it. It just seemed like maybe it was a part of Mulligan Stew, but sort of just it was kind of didn't really make it. So I've been going to events, and so like as I'm taking classes, I got a full schedule. I'm taking pictures at gigs. I just went to see Mickey Brandy Trio at the Roxy. I've seen. I went to there was another Gape Poetry Lounge on Sunday. It's the gigs are kind of like there's only about 5 or 6 more gigs. Of course, I'm going to go see the Great Brian Jonestown Massacre, but I'm only going to a couple more shows the rest of the year. Kind of December, January, cutting the shows and started working on more of my writing. And I got my writing class. Just went to it today, so that's good. They're forcing me to write 2 more stories because I think like some of the stuff just didn't work, and I'm gonna rewrite. And I talked about that in another video. But so I've been going to all these events. So there was Mark Weber has a new book about pulp. So there was an event at PRS, Public Research Services. I don't know what it's called. It's over in Los Feliz and Havenhurst. So there's a big event with I took pictures too of this, so you can look at. I'm with the Portable Infinite of Mark Weber. It was like Pulp and LCD Sound System played about a month ago, and then they had like a reading there. So that's in the picture. So my friend Dan Murtaugh turned me onto this book, Dreaming with Dead People. But I don't know how to slip by me because it has there's a quote here from Harry Matthews and stuff. So this is a book that came out around 79. So it's a British writer. Some of it's good. I think Dan Murtaugh's I think he just liked the first 2 parts of it, but like it's real rare that somebody like lays on me, someone I've never even heard of. And then I went to go see a movie. I went to go see that Leonardo that P.T. Anderson movie, Battles or whatever, the 3-hour movie. So I came out of there to the Barnes and Noble, just kind of. So I just kind of looking around. I was looking for a Volman book, but they had like the lamest one. So this is a writer I've heard of. So I think Jack Skelly read with her about a year ago in New York. So I read this. This is okay. I would say this is a book you might check. Kind of just reminds me of the whatever that sad girl. So I've read Poor Things a while back, but you got to read the big one, Lanark by Alistair Gray. He might be my favorite writer right now. And I'm just started this one. So Lanark, and we'll get to it. And then like when I was at that movie, one battle after another, and I bought the Stephanie LeCavo. I went there and I bought this. So I read this. I don't know what I think of it. I mean, it's well written. I don't know. This is just reminds me of kind of like Vineland and Inherent Vice. It's like it's good, but what's the point? And then I thought I'd get some good turkey, so I got Burroughs Unbound. This was kind of an expensive book. I mean, it's looks like it was printed in England or somewhere, or some kind of expensive German university printer. So I haven't read this yet, but I'm gonna read this soon. Also, because I read Mulligan Steele, I kind of got into B.S. Johnson, so I got this B.S. Johnson Omnibus. So that's another book. That's kind of taking me for the end of the year, I guess. So a book I always wanted to get, never read it. Text Termination by Christine Brooke Rose. Read her before. Of course, she was in that Triquarterly 38 that I love so much, or 39. What is it? I don't know. But it's a short book, so I'll definitely get into that one. And so, yeah, Alistair Gray, author of Lanark. Okay, so I did read one of his books. I think it might have been a short story book in the 90s, but I just never really, got it. But, watching the Poor Things movie and reading the book and starting to get into Lanark and, books like Lanark and B.S. John. I'm kind of reading the people that were kind of like Joycean and Flann O'Brien, kind of like the After Effects, the guys from the 70s and stuff. So we did this reading. I should put these books together. Oh, well, I'll put them all together here. So there was a reading on Sunday, the Gappy Lounge. So I'd already bought, actually the Pulp book was part of the same press, the Hat and Beard Press. So they published the new book by Vanessa Maddock. I already had bought that, and she read at this reading. And then also on the same press, I think, Natalie Pizarro. So I'm looking forward to reading this. It's like a little book. I mean, I was going to buy it, but once you buy one book, and then David Haskins had his book. I don't know. I never heard of this publisher, but it's a short book. But it's great that David Haskins, David J, as he's known from Bauhaus, is joining our little poetry club. So that's good. So look for reading that. That'll be a little bit easier. So, I'm also into the art world a bit. So I got a Sophie Kell book, the Address book, and she's going to have a show at OC Museum of Art in January. So I'll be bringing this, and I have some more Sophie Kell books. Like, of course, that one, the Please Follow Me book, which is worth like $200 now and is out of print, that supposedly Pat Quinn had it in a bag and it got sold. I don't even know why I gave it to him. He probably didn't even read it. And, I read this book, and they sent me another copy, so great. I got 2 copies of it. This is the hardcover. I don't know what's any different, but it's good. It's always better in hardcover. That's what they say. And then the same publisher, White Rabbit, they sent me this one, The Granny Takes a Trip. So, I'm looking forward to reading this book. A little bit, not really my thing, but more fashion stuff. But sort of familiar with this stuff, so it might be worth it. I might change it up and maybe do an interview with him. If you haven't checked it out, I did an interview with Budgie about a week ago, so check that out. It's already got like 200 views, so it's like my most popular video in a while. So that's pretty much it. I guess there was one person there, but I guess there's no question. So that's kind of a book update. There's a few more books. There was another Sorrentino book, and I got like Lunar Follies, and I got Calvino. So there was other books from the 70s. That was kind of inspired, the Joyce and Flann O'Brien thing, and B.S. Johnson, Calvino, Sorrentino, Marx, and those are coming in too. So I've been kind of I'm really big into the '70s right now. So that's going to be it, and I'll do a thing about some of the records I got recently.